Christians are on edge in northwest Pakistan. Not Fada have received letters like this one threatening to execute them if they do not convert to Islam. Christians say they're worried but will stand firm in their faith.
Saria Bibi weeps for her imprisoned 20-year-old daughter, Sandal. Sandal and her father, Gul Shir, were both imprisoned on charges of blasphemy, charges they say are false. Sandal and her father were aggressively winning villagers to Christ. Sandal was praise leader at
community. As you'll see in this report, they've paid a high price for being in the minority. The centre of their tales of ostracism and discrimination are controversial blasphemy laws. More and more cases of forced conversions from Christianity to Islam are also being reported.
Remembrance of the French embassy, which used to be located there. 5,000 Christians live here without running water, electricity, or garbage collection. Samang is a young Christian, 19 years old. He invited us to his neighborhood where Pakistani Muslims never come. Among the Christians who work, they often have poorly paid domestic jobs. This is the case in Samang's family. His mother Mira works for a wealthy Muslim couple.
Muslims do not like us. They don't like me touching their things. I'm a maid in a Muslim household. I wash the floor, I do the laundry. They don't want me doing the cooking or touching their food because I'm a Christian.
From a dangerous drop into a polluted stream. Last year, 2 children fell in, and they died. But she is aware of Pakistani's blasphemy law, a law which, if applied, can send people to jail for seemingly harmless comments and gestures. 5 years ago, a blind Christian spent 8 years in jail for unknowingly throwing away a copy of the Quran. Leal Tahir is a Christian lawyer. He has been campaigning for years to repeal the blasphemy law.
The article says, if anybody will say anything against the Muslim prophet, Hazrat Muhammad, peace be upon him, if anybody will say anything against him, verbally, intentionally or unintentionally, the punishment will be death. I will say no Christian will say anything against the prophet of anyone. But it's just like in Pakistan, it's very easy to buy the witness in some rupees. And if you have a personal grudge against anyone, if you have enmity, and if you have any kind of just like ill feelings against others, you can use this law. And nobody says, nobody recognizes, and there is no rational investigation regarding this law.
Muslims outraged over offensive cartoons rampaging through Pakistani streets. This time their anger is directed against Denmark and the United States. But more often than not, when radical Muslims take to the streets in violence, Pakistan's minority Christians bear the brunt. As they did in February in the town of Sukkur, radical Muslims burned down 2 churches. False rumors that a Christian desecrated a Quran, Islam's holy book, triggered the 18-year-old Mohan Shahzad grew up at the brick kilns. Like most brick kiln workers, his parents labor from sunrise to sunset making bricks. Mohan says he longed to be used by God. At the urging of his pastor, he began to sell Christian literature at the brick kilns. The publications were bought by Muslims and Christians alike. The Muslim brick kiln owner did not like Mohan's evangelistic outreach.
He urged my father to stop me from selling the Christian literature, and he threatened my father saying, if something happens to Mohan, you are responsible for that. I am not responsible.
Last September, as Mohan returned home at sunset, 2 masked men jumped out from a sugarcane field. One sliced into Mohan's left arm with an axe. Mohan survived the attack, but his arm had to be amputated. He says the attack will not prevent him from continuing his ministry.
This is just a test from God. I have decided to sell Christian literature for the rest of my life.
Pakistani's Christian brick kiln worker Mumtaz Bibi was unable to walk for more than a year after being brutally beaten. The son of another brick kiln owner attacked her because she and her family left the brick kiln at Christmas time to attend church services.